Hi everyone, I'm Lisa Forde, Principal and Course Author at the Australian Centre for Holistic Studies. And I'm here to talk to you today about our electives that are available in the course, to give you a bit more information about all of them and to explain how they work. So the exciting thing about choosing electives as part of your training with ACHS is that you can tailor the course to your particular needs, to your objectives and career goals. So if you want to work with children, you can choose the Parents and Children's elective, which is very popular. If you want to be able to run workshops and retreats, and perhaps the reason you chose this course was because you have a particular project in mind that it's really dear to your heart and you're really passionate about, then the Workshops and Classes elective is great for an experience where you're mentored through creating that project and seeing it to its conclusion. We also have an elective on mindfulness and Buddhist psychology. So if that's something you really want to get out there and teach and understand, then this is a great elective to do. And it's different to reading books and gathering information, because in these electives you're actually it's more like doing a workshop. You've got that intense personal experience that you get when you're doing the electives, and plus you also are mentored through writing your own meditations on those topics and related to those audiences. It's a very much a more practical, deep experience, and it really sort of gets you set in that area that you want to focus on. And the great thing about the electives is you get all this freedom and choice. So whilst you're still receiving all the benefits of all the thorough training in our teacher training package that we offer at ACHS, with all the mentoring support from your own coach who works one-on-one with you, you can still make your offerings as a meditation teacher completely unique. I think that's what I love most about the training here, is that you can pick and choose, the electives that you want, and then create something that's different to what everyone else is offering, that is a reflection of who you are and what you want to take out into the community based on your experience, what you're passionate about, what you love. And of course, those are the things that you'll teach really, really well. So those are the things that we want to encourage you to do. All of our electives qualify for Meditation Association of Australia CPD points. So for those of you who are already meditation teachers, you can come and do some of our electives that are available to the public and receive CPD points. And even for our graduates, you can come back later and do more electives and also earn points. So let's have a look at each of the electives and what they offer. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Journaling for Clarity elective. So this is a 6-week daily meditation and journaling program. It's fantastic as a taster or as a first elective that you might do in the course, because there are no prerequisites for this one. And in this program, you learn journaling tools, and they're really the kinds of tools, very varied and very practical in nature, the kinds of tools that you'd use for the rest of your life to support you. And I know these are tools that I use day in, day out in my life, and they've been an incredible support to me, and that's how they've made it into the program, because everything in our training, and especially in the electives, is tried and true and tested by me and by the other course authors who contribute. In this program, you do your journaling practice for the day, and there's usually a variety to choose from on the day. And then you look at how that practice informs your meditation. So often doing the journaling activity will highlight a particular emotion or a particular need or a particular issue that's current for you at the moment. And then having that understanding and having begun some of the processing around that issue, you can then go into your meditation with sometimes a very clear intention of what you want to, of how you want to go about the meditation. It might inform your choice of technique, and it definitely deepens the experience of meditation, because you've kind of dealt with some of the mind mess that was and the emotional mess that you were carrying with you prior to entering into meditation, and that often means a smoother meditation experience and a more satisfying one. It doesn't mean you have to do it every time, but it can be really quite cleansing to do the journaling, get all that stuff out, and begin to process it, and then have a deeper experience in your meditation. And in a way, you can kind of respond to the needs that were illuminated in your journaling in the meditation. So the program provides you with techniques that support you through any challenges that come up in your personal growth and meditation practice. And as we know, life's full of challenges from time to time, so it can be really helpful to have those. It's coached by Helen Hadley, who's our holistic living counsellor, family therapist, as well as being a meditation teacher and coach. So she's very well placed to support you with whatever arises in the program. If I have students in our courses who are going through a hard time personally, I often suggest that they take a break from the core coursework and do this elective because it's so supportive and nurturing and can help them process whatever they're going through. I think everyone should do this elective actually, because it really does build, along with meditation, a strong sense of self-efficacy, a sense that you can handle what comes along in life when you feel you've got tools to manage it. So I highly recommend it. As a meditation teacher, you'll have these tools to share with your groups, in your workshops, retreats and classes, and sometimes, after you've done a meditation and someone comes up with something that's come up for them in the group, in the discussion, you could pop out an activity and just do a quick activity with the group that might address that issue. And often you'll find there are other people in the group that may also benefit from that if one person in the group needs it as well. It really enhances and deepens the group experience for everyone. Okay, so now let's look at meditation and the chakras. This is a journey through the 7 major chakras. It's quite in depth, and it goes through, you might spend a week or a month, if you like, on each of the chakras. This is a really good standalone one as well, because it's nice to be able to take your time with this particular elective. Whenever you're on a personal growth journey, and particularly if you're doing an elective like this that delves quite deep, it's sometimes not something you want to rush, and you kind of want to honour what's happening in it as you go along. So with this one, I just say to people, take whatever time you need to get this one done. And there can be a bit more pressure to do that if you're trying to get it into the frame of a course time. So it can be a good starter. Each section of the 7 major chakras contains journaling questions, meditation techniques specific to that chakra. It looks in depth at how the chakra relates to your physical body. And we explore thoughts, beliefs and feelings related to each chakra as well. So as you can see, it does delve quite deeply. Like most of our training, this program is first a personal journey, and through this experience we move into the professional application of chakra work in your meditation teaching. So by doing this elective, you'll have tons of information to share with your groups, lots of tools, meditations, activities, and you could even create a program using your experience in this elective once you've qualified through the rest of our core training. Certainly plenty of material in there for teaching. If you're interested in chakras and willing to take the journey into yourself, then we welcome you wholeheartedly. The chakras is coached by the lovely Morgan, who is the perfect coach to sensitively support you through this. And it's at times quite a personal journey. Morgan is very experienced, warm, caring. She's a psychotherapy student, and so again, very well placed to compassionately support you through. She's also very experienced in chakra and yoga work, so she's very knowledgeable. With the journaling elective and the chakra electives, there are no prerequisites, so they can be taken as tasters or standalone units, and you'll have the cost and the hours credited towards your certificate or advanced certificate once you enrol. All the other electives have prerequisites, so you need to be enrolled in our other training to take these electives. Let's start with workshops and classes. So this elective guides you on a journey to create your own project, be it a course, a workshop, a retreat, or other program related to teaching or sharing meditation. This program takes you on a creative journey through the chakras, and you come out the other end with your program ready to deliver. So it's actually done in this kind of fun way. It's mentored by Felicity, who runs an incredibly successful business teaching meditation, running meditation groups, running classes, workshops, day retreats, and she's a fantastic role model on how to get a project off the ground. Her expertise is available in this elective to help mentor you through the development of your dream product that you want to take out there. This is such an exciting elective. There's actually very few people that don't finish it because it really lights up the creative flame. For people, it's very motivating, and it's great to see their project come into being. So, the coach, as I used to coach this, and I used to get so excited for the students. It's really exciting for all involved, really. Okay, the next one is meditation for parents and children. Before we go on to that, I might just mention that regarding the workshops and classes elective, in the core coursework, in session 8 of the core training, you do actually devise a program for a set of classes. So if you're just looking at a 6-week beginner's meditation program, that's covered in the course. This is more for a different sort of project. It might be classes relating to a particular theme, like it might be for cancer support, for supporting cancer patients, or it might be for women with postnatal depression, or it might be a particular workshop on personal development, or something else that you really are passionate about. So yeah, it's not just a sort of a beginner's set of classes. It would be something a little bit more involved than that. Maybe something a little bit more unique. Okay, on to meditation for parents and children. This elective has just been updated, and it's by far our most popular elective. In this program, you explore the stages of childhood from prenatal to adolescence. And at each stage, we explore the different kinds of meditation that are suitable, both for children and also to support parents. So in this elective, you'll be writing and recording your own meditations for some of these stages, particularly the stages that perhaps hold the most interest and relevance for you. And at the end, you'll feel confident creating meditations for children that meet the needs of that particular developmental stage, that are suitable for the cognitive abilities of that stage. It's a double elective, so it counts for 2 elective choices. So you would either do the certificate, and then purchase an additional elective. Since the certificate only contains 1 elective, you'll need 2 choices. Or you can do the advanced certificate, and then you'll have enough elective choices. You'll have 3, so you'll use up 2 of those choices doing this elective. It's very thorough and extensive, and it includes a textbook in the program. And it's coached by our resident children's meditation expert, Julie. Julie runs a very successful children's meditation website. It's called childrensmeditation.com.au, and I would hazard to say it's absolutely the premier children's meditation website in Australia, so definitely check it out. She has children's meditations for sale on that, and little samples for you to listen to, and you'll really get a feel for her energy. She's very passionate about meditation for children. And Julie also has recordings on the Happy Waves app for family meditations. So certainly a passion for Julie, and she loves sharing it with people. You can complete this elective if you've completed training with meditation teacher training with another organisation, provided that you have reached sufficient standard for membership of the Meditation Association of Australia. So as long as you're a member of the Meditation Association of Australia, you can come and do our parents and children's elective. However, there is a short bridging program to complete to make sure that you are kind of in tune with how we teach and kind of methods we use. Please contact me if you've got any questions at all about any of this. The next one I'm going to talk about is mindfulness and Buddhist psychology. Now, this is absolutely beautiful, this elective. Julie and I wrote this elective together, and it just had such an impact on our lives. There was this incredible peace that was infiltrated all aspects of our life. And it's funny, it's just in the words and in the recordings and in everything in this elective. It must be that beautiful Buddhist tradition that just flows through the words. I certainly hope that it's there for you, should you decide to complete it. And the feedback so far has indicated that it's definitely been a life-changing and awe-inspiring journey for those that have completed it. So like all our programs, you work through the material on a personal level and then turn to professional practice in the second half of the program. This covers the history of Buddhist meditation, Buddhist traditions and foundations of Buddhist practice, and delves into aspects of Buddhist philosophy, providing both thought-provoking discussion and practices to use right throughout the program. Again, this is a beautiful one to take your time with. There is so much in it. But all of this teaching can become part of your teaching once you feel you've embodied it and it really sits with you and it becomes part of your practice. Even though it's a 20-hour elective, you'll be surprised how deep you'll go. If you wish to, and there's plenty of scope for you to come back in to the elective time and time again and explore more. There's so much there. So for those of you who are somewhat new to mindfulness, this provides an excellent introduction based on the Buddhist tenets from which mindfulness comes. And for those who are more experienced, it provides a mentored experience in which to delve more deeply in the application of practices. And I know with me, like I've been doing this for a really long time and I still have a teacher, a mentor that I talk to regularly because it just keeps you growing. It keeps you accountable. It keeps you really at the edge of yourself in terms of your growth through meditation. So yeah, it's just beautiful and I hope you really enjoy it. Julie, who mentors this program, has trained at Kopan Gompa in Nepal and brings a strong, authentic connection and love for this work into her mentoring. So I know you're in good hands there. Spiritual meditation is the final elective I'm going to talk about. So this is, again, another far-reaching and deep journey. With all the material that I've written for these courses, I do the research, particularly for the electives, and then I try everything out for myself. And it's not even that straightforward. Usually it's these practices have been in my life already for some time, or it's through my own personal need that I come to these practices. So amazingly, it always coincides with a vulnerable time where the material I'm writing is helping me immensely to traverse some sort of difficulty, and that's why sometimes it just takes months or even up to a year to write an elective. However, at the end, I just couldn't be more happy with the result, and it's definitely the case with the spiritual meditation elective. The word spiritual can mean many different things to different people, and this elective doesn't belong to any particular belief system about what spirituality is defined as, but it does cover many aspects of what spirituality looks like in our day-to-day life and how it can help us to navigate life better. The themes that come up in this elective are honouring in terms of your life's journey. How do we honour ourselves and others in a way that acknowledges the value of everyone and our experiences? And this includes the practice of self-compassion. We look at how ritual does that in our culture and in various traditions, how it creates the opportunity to honour. So this leads to how we connect to the divine, whatever that means for you as an individual. We explore how to live in a way that's more attuned to natural energy and cycles. And then we explore the role of faith in our lives and the tremendous power that can be tapped into when we use faith as a means for good and particularly self-support. All the way through there are meditations to do and personal reflections. And you do write your own spiritual meditation in this too. This is a huge elective. I'm so happy to bring it to you. As I said, it's been a real journey in writing it, but yeah, it's really worthwhile. It just brings such depth, and therefore I think it's one of those electives that's best left until late in the course, late in your training in the certificate and advanced certificate, because it's nice to have all that behind you and then sort of prepare to go a bit deeper still. I'm going to be coaching this for a while as it's quite new, so I look forward to meeting you if you decide to do it. So I hope that this has helped you to get to know a little more about the elective choices available. Perhaps it's just opened up more questions. But certainly get in touch with me, lisa@holisticstudies.com.au, with any questions that you have. Certainly more electives to come next year, but I'm not making any promises. No sneak peeks yet. I'll tell you about them when they arrive. So for this, just a reminder that for the certificate, you have one elective choice, and for the advanced certificate, you have either 3 elective choices, or there's an option to choose 6 electives, which makes it a little bit cheaper. Please contact me with any questions, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.